Hey y'all, Kentucky Farmer here, and welcome back to the 4th episode here in this FS19 Let's Play series on Ravenport. And in the last episode I left off, I was doing some logging after we finished up here around the farmyard. And I've done quite a bit of logging. Let's drive around and take a look. So as you can see, our sunflower field over here is ready to harvest. So this is going to be some of the stuff we're getting to take care of today. Will be these two fields, and then maybe, plowing and replanting these. We'll see. So I've harvested all these trees from back here all the way to the road. So I've got everything, well, not just here, but there are no trees left on my property. So the two lots that I own have been completely farmed out. So I'm gonna have to come up with a new way to make money. I've made a good chunk of money. See these trees over there, those aren't on my lot. But this whole area back here, I've completely emptied out every tree that I could cut down, including some that were up on that cliff back there. So yeah, this is all open now. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about this section back here, or what I'm going to do with it. I don't really have a plan for it. The new update is in beta, so version 1.2 is going to come out pretty soon. It's in beta right now. I have not upgraded to the beta because I don't want it to interfere with my multiplayer server. So I'm just going to stick with the stock version until it officially gets released. So since I have no trees, well, and I also did all these trees over here on this hill. So since I have no trees, and since I don't really want to do any terrain manipulation stuff until after I get the 1.2, I think I'm pretty well done with what I can do over here. So today I'm going to focus on harvesting these fields, getting them turned over like I mentioned earlier, and that if I buy a harvester, that'll also open up the option of me doing harvesting missions for profit. I've got this tractor, I've got that trailer over there, so I can haul grain around, but I need a harvester, and I'm going to need headers if I'm going to actually do harvest missions. So that is where we're going to start. I'm going to head over to the store. Well, we could just go into the store, and we're going to buy a harvester. So I kind of want to stick with my John Deere theme. This S790 is a decent harvester, but I am kind of a fan of some of the modded options. I have loaded some of the harvesters that Stevie customized. I like them, but he didn't customize the John Deere one. So I actually went through, and so as you can see, I've got the Stevie Ideal and the Stevie CR1090. I went through and customized the 790. Kind of along the same lines of what he did with the other ones. It has the ability to do an engine upgrade to get more horsepower. So this, well, let's change these. The wheels are all the stock options. I didn't change any of those. So with stock engine, stock wheels, and stock capacity, it's the same stock price, $390,000. Same, well, capacity is a little bit higher. I think the stock one is $14,100. I set this at $14,500. Same horsepower. This one I think will have a slightly higher road speed. It's one of the things I changed. And so for now, I'm just going to buy the stock one. But in the future, when I get more money in, as I want to kind of pick up the pace a little bit, I have the ability to do 2 engine upgrades to get me some more horsepower, and I can do some capacity upgrades that will increase the capacity up to 60,000 at the top level, 30,000 in the mid, and it's about 15 right now, so each level doubles it. So we'll start with a stock one for now, and then I'll go from there. But The other benefit is if I do want to tweak anything else about this harvester, because I'm buying my mod, I can then load it up myself and, you know, make whatever changes and I'll have it. Whereas if I buy the stock one that's in the game and then I would decide I want to mod it, then I'd have to sell the stock one and buy my mod one. So if that makes any sense. But alright, so we're gonna go ahead and buy this one. And now we're down to $69,000. So the next thing I need to do is get some headers. And one of the cool things that I've got going on here, I'm also going to have to take out a loan because I don't think I have enough money to buy both the headers. So in the Stevie pack, he has this 3162 Draper 45 foot for the New Holland. So the, let's see, where is it? The John Deere one, it doesn't have the trailer option, right? Like you'd have to buy a header trailer and put it on the header trailer and tow it around that way. I hate the header trailer. It is such a pain. And on this map with the twisty-turny roads and the hills and the trees, I don't want to have to stop every 5 minutes and pick the thing up off the header trailer because the physics of the game is terrible. So I'm going to stick with this case/New Holland style. But the cool thing about the Stevie mod is, for one, the working speed's a little bit higher so you can work through the fields faster. But two, you can customize it. And you can customize the color. So we can do John Deere green with John Deere yellow rims. And now it looks like a John Deere header, except for the fact that it says New Holland on the side. And we can trail it. So this is the one I want to go with, and of course, yep, 80,000, and we've got 70, so I need to take out a bank loan. I've already got the 250 loan that I started with, but we're gonna, that's enough for now. I can buy this, and then I gotta figure out how much I need to get the next header too. So let's see. New Holland, yellow, green, 80,800, buy. Alright. And the only other header that I need right now is going to be, I'm not going to worry about getting a helianthus header. I know I've got sunflowers over there, but I can harvest them with a corn header. And the corn header will be a little more universal, so I'm going to get the Quasar HS16 by Stevie, again modded by Stevie. I can change the colors, we'll make it John Deere green. $90,000, so to be safe I should probably make sure I have about 100,000 in my account by the time I customize the color right. That's dudes, but oh yeah, so 91,200. Alright, let's take out a little more of a loan. There we go. Alright, let's go check it out. And there it is. Very nice. So this is a whole lot of harvester to get right off the bat. I realize that I'm not a fan of buying equipment to use it a couple times to then just wind up buying something else once I get the money. If possible, I kind of like being able to just jump right into something like this. So I figured this will serve us well. And like I said, I've run out of trees, so I need to make money. And the best way I can see to do that at this point is through missions. Let me bring up my missions. I've kind of noticed that, I guess it's because withering's turned off, but I feel like I have a lot of harvest missions. Granted, some of these are, like there's a cotton harvest mission and it was this beets, I guess, yeah, sugar beet harvest mission, but there's a lot of regular harvest missions. And the cool thing is if I bring my own equipment to do like this mission, right, This is a tiny field, and they want you to use tiny equipment, which makes the mission take a long time. If I roll in there with this harvester, I'll be done in, you know, a minute and get my money and I'm out. So driving there will take longer than anything else. So for starters, I'm going to head back to the farm and go ahead and harvest my 2 fields and get started on getting that all turned over, and then maybe after that's done I'll go do a mission. So as you can see, the road speed on this is a little bit higher. We're easily doing, you know, 35 down this hill here, and I'm not even on the throttle, so in fact I don't really want it to go any faster. Yikes. Yeah, take that, trash cans. I'm pretty sure this would have just crushed those plastic trash cans. But yeah, like look at this field next to me here. What is field? Is this field 18? Is there a mission for field 18? Yeah. Harvest mission. And sell it at the ranch. So yeah, like I could just harvest this. I get 1,348 for doing it. And then the other thing that's kind of cool is if you're efficient about it and you harvest all of the field, you wind up with more grain than what's actually required to complete the mission. And so then whatever you have left over, when you sell it, you get the money for that too. So you actually wind up making a little bit more money than what it looks like in the mission system on harvest missions, which I like. Where the flip side of that is I feel like the seeding and fertilizing missions, you actually wind up making less money than you think you're making, because if you're using your equipment and you're buying the seed and the fertilizer, well then, you know, you're not actually making what they say you're making, because you have a capital expense in that. Again, I'm not worried about the cotton field. In fact, let's just drive through it. We're just gonna plow all this in a minute anyways. And we'll just leave that header right there. Nice. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm not sold on the green on the header. I kind of like the Capellas when they're just straight black, so I may change that back someday when I finally get a vehicle workshop. Alright, let's do it. Whoa. Missed a little bit there. I guess it was because of the terrain change. Interesting. Hey, stop rolling backwards. Go forwards. Go forward. Thank you. Come on. Really? This is not that bad of a hill. Uh-huh. I think I might need to put the tracks on this thing. Wow. Let's see if we can get a little more horsepower to the wheels if I shut it off. This is crazy. Come on. There we go. All right. Oh no, it's doing it again. It's just rolling backwards down the hill. I'm pressing forward. Of course, just not quite wide enough. Alright, well that was not much. But we can grab our tractor and trailer here. We'll load this up. I'll switch the headers and I'll harvest the canola, and then I'll have to... I don't have a grain bin, so I'm just gonna have to take this stuff and sell it right now, which I need the money more than I need to keep this. That seemed kind of pointless, honestly. Whoa, brakes. I really need to put a barn here. I'm gonna wind up driving over this cliff one of these days. Look at that. The wheels are spinning on flat pavement. Why is that a thing? Yeah, so I've used this harvester before when I was testing making the mods, and I had the tracks on it, and it did not have this problem with the tracks. So I think that'll be one of the first things I upgrade, is put tracks on it. Alright, can't make that turn. Too much hill and too much combine. Alright, got that done. Let's find a place to sell our sunflower seeds. The restaurant. One other thing I did before this episode, in between, that Field 19 grass field hit its next growth stage, so I put another level of fertilization on it, so it's fully fertilized now. So I'm just waiting for it to get to the second fully grown stage, and then I need to figure out how I'm going to get mowers and baling equipment and all that stuff. I definitely do not have the money for that, and I probably can't even max out my loan to be able to do that. So that's my next priority now that I've got a harvester, is to get equipment to do baling and hay and silage bales, because then in addition to doing harvesting missions, I can do silage bales to help raise money. Who left these garbage cans in the middle of the road? And here we are at the restaurant. Let's see how much money we get. I'm guessing it is not going to be much. $4,000, I'll take it. Better than nothing. Uh-oh. Really? That's great. Apparently gotta take this turn wide. Yeah, I really want to come do this harvest mission. I'm gonna grab my canola and I'll sell that, and maybe if I'm traveling back through this way, I'll just leave this tractor at the side of field 18. That way it's there ready to do the harvest mission. To a certain extent, the harvester itself is fast enough that, and I already tested, it can dump directly from the spout into the sail triggers, as long as you can get it positioned in a good enough spot to do that, which can be difficult. So it's possible for some of these missions I could just take that and not have to bring a trailer with me. Kind of depends on how much the yield's going to be too. Alright, so let's see where we can sell this canola. The Central Grain Elevator. Right up there. Okay, so we're gonna go up this trail, past the biogas plant to the elevator. That works for me. That is a long way to drive for 2,760 liters of canola. Ultimately, it's going to be nice to get the grain bin in here, because stuff like this is kind of a pointless trip, but other than sell it, the only other thing I can do is dump it out on the ground, so I might as well take it and sell it and get the money. So I guess my my order of progression is going to be hay and baling and silage equipment, and then after that will be a grain bin. And maybe a barn so that I can park my equipment. Wouldn't mind buying this lot just so I could cut down the trees along this road. Make it a lot easier to see where I'm going. Good timing on the train. Alright, there's our destination up ahead. Alright, what's the chances we break 20 grand? I'm not hopeful. Oh! Nice! Just barely. Oh, don't drive down there. I've never noticed this little canyon before. I really haven't been over here. That's kind of neat. There's a trail to go down there. Might be a fun place to ride horses. That's still my goal, is to get to horses. I definitely am going to wait until I get the 1.2 patch before I do that. It seems like the 1.2 patch addresses a couple of livestock issues. I was also avoiding doing chickens because of a bug with the chicken pens. It seems like all of them seem to be having problems. I think there's a problem with selling horses if you sell more than one at a time. There's a problem with chicken egg crates not spawning, and there's a problem with wool pellets not spawning at the sheep. There's a problem with animals just randomly disappearing if you buy them. They just disappear sometimes. So I kind of am avoiding that for now. Once the 1.2 patch comes out, I'll be all about it. I'm also looking forward to the terrain editing tool. That'll be very handy. You know, in the last video I showed you how you can make a big level spot, but the key there is level. So if you want to build into a hillside and actually have it look decent, it's really hard to do that when your only option is to make something level. Like you can essentially, what I did was fill in a valley. and you can make that look nice, but anything other than that, it's kind of hard to really do. There's this spot kind of past the hayfield here. Well, actually, there's a couple things with the hayfield. So there's that steep kind of ridge line between the field and the trail. Well, once I get the terrain manipulation tool, I can smooth that out. I'll probably have to replow it and reseed it, because I think when you do the terrain manipulation, it deletes the field. But in fact, I can head over there. I should probably turn this off. So there's this kind of like a ridge. I don't know if you want to call it a ridge, but this bump here, right between the trail and this. Now, of course, I don't think I can remove these rocks. I don't think the terrain manipulation tool lets you remove 3D objects that are placed in the map, so these might be a problem. But it's definitely something I can experiment with. Like, if nothing else, you can raise this up more and kind of like go over the top of this stuff. And I was kind of thinking about that, since this is all encompassed with a cliff, I could technically raise this whole area up, you know, start here and like level from here over and create kind of a flat spot up here that covers all of this, like this wood pile and these rocks and stuff. And then, you know, I could stick an animal pen back here or put the horses back here or something like that. And then try and blend it into the hayfield. And then like potentially flatten this bump out a little bit. And then again, over here though, we've got rocks. So this stuff is going to be the biggest problem with their new plan for allowing people to manipulate terrain and put stuff wherever they want. Is, you know, that outhouse down there, the junk in the middle of the yard. When there's no way to remove that, it really kind of impedes our ability to get super creative with that feature. So let's see, what do we want to do next? Should I plow and seed these fields? Probably. Let me drop off this trailer, and then we need to look and see if we need to do lime first. So 24 24's got weeds. 26 needs to be plowed. 25 needs lime. Huh? Alright. Kind of wish they were all on the same... Yeah, I think I just need to plow everything. Because I can plow it all to the size and shapes that I want. And then lime everything. And hopefully that'll get them all on the same cycle. Because I don't want to be like, I gotta lime half of this field, right? So let's see, where is my plow? It's gotta be around here somewhere. Ah, there. Trying to think how I want to start this. I'm gonna start here. Oh. I just hired a worker. Well, the worker will get it nice and straight. So then if I get right up to the edge and then dismiss the worker, I can lower the plow. Come forward a little bit, and then we're gonna say allow create fields, and then I'm just gonna keep driving straight. I'm apparently not driving straight. That's fine. That's what the roller's for. I also did notice in one of the mod sites, they have the old FS19 roller is back. I totally want to get rid of that roller that I have and get that old style. I much prefer to have the 3-point mounted instead of one that trails behind. I'd get better control and I can more precisely delete out bits of the field. So we want to limit to the field and then lower. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to hire a worker because it'll straighten it out. And then right about here, I'm going to dismiss my worker. Lower down. Keep going straight. Allow create. Lift it up. Limit to the field. And we'll do this little bottom section here. I don't know why. And then I'm going to go back and plow up that middle section there. Alright, lower, allow create. Well, that gets me the middle connected out. Now, I kind of think... So I plan on working this field from north to south. And if I'm going to work it north to south, I can actually expand it a little bit closer to this hillside. Because I don't... I mean, if you're working it east to west, you wouldn't want to get too close to this hill because that's where you need to turn around at. But I don't need to worry about that, so I've got room to turn around on the other sides. So I'm going to go ahead and keep expanding this closer to the hill. I think I can go at least one more. 2 might be pushing it, but I'll give it a try. So this is a little odd. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't think I want to do one more. I think it's gonna get... The hill picks up way too quick there. So I think that is it for the width. Let's go over here and check, because I may be able to push it a little wider towards the road. Yeah, why not? It's going to be tricky because I don't really want to get into the gravel part. So one tip I found for doing this that I've been using to help myself out a little bit without GPS mod is if you notice the mini-map in the bottom left-hand corner has a compass heading, so I'm going 180.1 degrees. If you know your field is exactly, you know, north, south, east, west, then you can just go to a heading, and that helps to keep the rows nice and straight. Alright, that works. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna pull this right to the road. I may kind of get my tires right here. So not a full width. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, now we can limit it to the field. And get lined up here. Well, I think that is good as far as changing the shape and combining the fields. I'm pretty happy with this. It should give me room to turn around at either end. Kind of maximizes the little bit of land that I got over here. So at this point I'm just gonna... Oh, I should make sure that that is... Yeah, okay. Limited to fields. I didn't want to get to the end and start plowing through the grass. Yeah. So at this point I'm just gonna finish plowing this and then I'll pick the video back up when I get done plowing. Welcome back, and here is the finished product. So field is all plowed, combined, enlarged, ready to go. Next thing I need to do is kind of the same thing over here at field 26. I'm going to make it, I want to make it come down a little bit further towards the parking lot. I may expand it a little bit closer towards the roads on either side. And then I may kick it a little further up the hill. It may be kind of odd shaped. Like it'll kind of have a bump at the top, be rounded. And I'm not really leaving myself a whole lot of headlands for turning around. But it's such a tiny field that I will probably not be hiring a worker on it. So I don't think that's going to be a huge problem for me. I just got to kind of figure out, you know, do I want to just kind of freehand, almost like I did on the grass field, do I just want to freehand draw a loop around this thing and then fill it in? Or kind of do a row by row expansion like I did with that one? Kind of thinking just draw a circle around it, and then if I'm not happy with it, I can come back later and once 1.2 comes out and do some terraforming and decoration changing. But sort of want to cut these bushes out too, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to expand this field out. So we want to allow create fields, lower the plow. And I'm just going to follow this gravel for now. And then kind of swing this way. We'll follow this up. I'm really tempted to just make this one giant field and ditch this road here in the middle. I mean, there's there's no way I'll ever be able to hire a worker on it if I were to do that, but I don't know if I care, especially now that I've got a bigger harvester. Let me, I'm gonna finish making this part here bigger, and then I'll kind of look at it on the map and give it some thoughts and see if I want to just combine it into one field. As far as what I need to grow, if I'm going to do horses, I need oats and straw, which you get straw from oats, along with a few other things. If I'm going to do chickens, I need wheat. So that's why I was thinking if I had 2 fields, I'd do 1 wheat field, 1 oat field, and a grass field, and that would let me do chickens and horses. But I can also just alternate, right? I can do 1 harvest of wheat and 1 harvest of oats, and that should, especially on a field this size, that will get me the resources I need to do either of those. And I have a feeling if I do 1 harvest of wheat off of here, I'll have enough for the chickens for quite a while. I have a feeling this video is just going to be a whole lot of driving around doing this, so I'll pick this back up once I'm done plowing this field. Welcome back, and that wraps it up for field 26. So I've got both my new fields expanded. Let's take a look at them on the map here. And it looks like we do need to lime 25 in our extra perimeter and 26. I'm just gonna lime the whole thing, even these spots that don't say they need it. Hopefully, I don't know, but hopefully that'll get the whole part on one schedule, because I really don't want to like have these in different phases, but we'll give it a try. So let's head down here and drop off the plow and pick up the lime spreader. I go ahead and top this off before I head out there. I'm sure if the hayfield was any indication, this is going to take a couple loads of lime to do all these fields. Fertilizing, weeding, and lime spreading are going to be significantly more enjoyable once I get GPS mod. This is... I have a really hard time gauging the width on this thing. I really do... I kind of want to go and upgrade this to be wider too, to put the extra spreader arms on it to make it so that it can have a wider working width, because I think that'll help so that I'm not missing or overlapping as much as I am now. Like, I want to go in a nice straight row, but that first pass obviously was not a very straight pass, so I'm going to try and straighten this out, and then hopefully it'll go better on the next pass. Alright, it's looking better. See, I wind up missing just that little bit there. So now I gotta... That was horrible. Let's not back up to it. Let's just drive up to it. And I'm not even going to try and do another full row, so I'm just going to head back and refill. Whoa, tight turn. Yeah. Get it. Nice. One field down, one to go. Alright. At least one more load of lime here. Oh, too fast. There we go. It's kind of interesting. I got this one spot here that won't take lime. Huh. It's like no matter which direction I come at this, it won't. It's not showing the texture. Let's see what it looks like on the map. Well, I'd say it looks pretty good. Gonna need to do some fertilization. Well, now that we're done with that, it is time to do seeding. Don't know. I imagine this is going to be enough to do at least one of these fields. I may wind up needing to get more seed and or fertilizer to do both of these. So we need to select our type. We want to do wheat on one of the fields for chickens. Let's verify. I think if I come in here, oh, wheat or barley, apparently. Nice. And then, of course, our horses want oats and hay and water. Okay. I don't really care. Difference between wheat or barley doesn't really matter to me. Not a huge difference in the game, so I think I'm just gonna go with wheat for now. And I will start on this field here, I guess. Do wheat on this one and oat on the other. We're not off to a good start. Yeah, it's the seeder really does need a slightly bigger tractor for pulling it up these hills, I think. And we're stuck. Hey, that worked. Wow. Oh, I had a hired worker there. Okay, I pressed the wrong button. I was like, I cannot get this thing to go up the hill. Or turn. Alright, well I still can't get it to go up the hill. There we go. And that'll do it for field 26. So we've got our wheat. And we're going to go ahead and switch this over to oats. And I've got... I may wind up running out of fertilizer. We'll see. Hopefully I can get this field done with what I've got. And I managed to finish the field without having to buy any more seed or fertilizer. So there we go. Our field 24-25 combo is done. All three of our fields are planted. Put this guy away. Eventually I'm going to need a seed and fertilizer placeable. Hopefully I can make it a little bit longer before I got to buy that. I am definitely short on cash, so I think the next thing I need to do is a whole bunch of missions. Help me get some more money back. I grab this grain trailer, and I think I'm just gonna kind of start working my way around the map. And rather than, you know, scrolling through the list and like picking one and going and doing it, I think it makes sense to just kind of work my way around. Since I've got this sort of cliff in the way, I'm gonna do whatever missions I can from like 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then I'll work my way up to like, you know, maybe 14, 15, 16, 17, and then 9, 10, 11, work my way across, and then eventually end up over and up by field 1. I'm just gonna try and bang out all these harvest missions and see where that gets me financially. So it looks like that field's not ready. I'm kind of curious to see how this strategy works as far as like, you know, buy something that's top of the line for accomplishing a fieldwork activity such as harvesting, and then go out and do the missions with your own equipment. If this works out well with the harvester, I'm really tempted to look into getting it's probably, no, I think it's in here, yeah, this big Rubicon, and doing spraying missions with it, because, you know, for just my fields it does not make sense to buy something like that. But if I can buy something like that and then go do missions with it and help make back some of the money, well, maybe it does. Granted, it's a lot of missions to pay back $500,000, but we'll see. I think I want to... Yeah, because I don't want to keep coming back to the farmyard. So I'm going to grab both headers and take them with me. And then just swap out to whatever one I actually need when I get to the field. Ow. Oh, there we go. Can I hook up now? How about now? What about now? Oh, I saw it there for a second. Nice. Let's do this. Alright, leave the header there. Let's see if I can... Whoops. Always kind of rough on those things. I forgot. There is no crop destruction when I don't own the field. I can drive in it all I want. Alright, let's go check out the missions. Oh, this is nice. So, before I forget, yeah, so I want to know, what do you guys think? Should I combine this into one field? Like carry this over here to this part, and then kind of like combine this across here, and just make one big field out of this. Obviously after the next harvest, because I've planted two different things in it now, but I don't know. Part of me wants to keep them separate so I can alternate between two different things. Part of me thinks, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big of a field, right? So, significantly larger fields on this map. So it wouldn't kill me to combine it down. But anyways, let me know what you think. So we want to do field 18, missions 18, harvesting, accept contract. And away we go. I don't know what's up with this wall. I think the previous farmer backed into it with his combine. Who knows? Couldn't swing wide enough because that, whatever that is in the way. What is that thing? Is this supposed to be like some sort of water tower? That's weird. If anyone knows what that's supposed to be, let me know. I've never seen that before. That was pretty easy. Significantly easier than if I had that little harvester that would have come with the lease. And done. Well, I guess I'm not really done. I still have to go deliver this. Alright, where does this need to get delivered to? To the ranch. Alright, let's go to the ranch. Let's take the back roads. I don't think that's really that much weight. Why are we going so slow? Alright, made it to the ranch. Selling some corn. Hey, an extra $289. Awesome. So let's go ahead and complete the mission. And so we'll get 1,343 for that. Okay. Let's look at growth, ready to harvest. So it looks like 12 and 13, 14, 15, 16. Probably thinking 13 and then work my way over. But depends on what the crop types are, so let's take a look at the missions. That'll work. $10,000 for harvesting the oats off 13. This is with a CR1090 and a semi. I'll use my equipment, of course. So 10,000 bucks plus probably, if I'm lucky, a couple thousand for delivering extra grain to the mill. And he wants this to port grain elevator, which is port grain elevator. Right there. Oh, from 13 right there, that's no problem. Actually, it is kind of a problem because there's like a cliff here, so you gotta go down and around, but and then back up. That'll work. Well, I think that's actually going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm just going to keep doing these harvest missions until I run out of them, basically. And then see how much money I have. I may advance time a little bit, see if any more harvest missions pop up, or if not, then the next episode might be harvesting grass, I guess, off of my grass field, if that's ready by then, and if I have enough money to buy the equipment. We'll see. So hopefully this will work out. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty broke, and these harvest missions don't pay a lot of money, so I may have to do a lot of these before I can get to the point where I can afford decent hay equipment. So anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of the links in the video description. I've got a link to my Discord channel if anyone's interested in joining us over on Discord. We got a lot of people talking about Farm Sim over there, and if you're you know, interested in mods or modding, you can chat with us over there. There's a couple other people that like to tinker with mods like I do, and yeah, it's a good place to come hang out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.